Well, good afternoon. Welcome back to another day of exploring with Casey and Grumpy, even though for us it's the same day, but for you it's a new day. Unless they watch these videos back to back, it's the same day for you too. But we are back on the trail. We basically crossed a bunch more of that farmland that you saw in the last video, and then some private property in between. Crossed over the main road, and we got in this draw here that is what they followed back down that way to get to our houses. So this is actually used quite a bit, it looks like, by people out kind of wheeling around and all that stuff.
So I just like I'd go up on top.
You want to go up on top, see what's up here?
See what's up here. I'm thinking.
They definitely didn't take the wagons up here. They would have continued down that draw over there.
Well, yeah, it would be.
Can you see the road?
Huh. There should be some telephone poles.
We're still quite a bit to the what would that be, south of our houses.
Okay.
So this draw you can see from up here.
Whoa.
There's this belly in the ground here, and everything we can find from where they would have left back there at the last bit of trail we saw in the last video points them to right in this belly here, and they followed it along until they got up to just behind our houses, and then they crossed over this hump, and then they go through right through a house that Tom built. And you tore up the wagon trail, you know that? You tore up the wagon trail.
Yeah,
You built the house. Right in the middle of it.
The house is built off. This goes right down by the side of it.
Okay.
If that is the trail. Huh.
Yeah, so let's head out this farther, and then we know where that log house is that it goes through that you built, so
Right.
we
That's
can follow.
what I was trying to find was a telephone pole.
They're up there. See them up ahead?
No, the ones that set up on top of this ridge.
They're way down there, and they go up on a ridge.
Oh, okay. See, you're smarter than I am.
I just make
You're
that up.
younger than I am.
It looks like that's where they go. I'm not like sure or anything.
He's just like this off-road stuff.
You were the one who told me to go up the hill.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
So we're gonna follow this draw out here to see if we can get back up behind that house that Tom built and see where it cuts over this ridge, and then we'll get around to the other side to our houses and see where it goes through there. So do you think they might have tried to go?
Well, I think I want to walk up here, but I think the log home is down there.
Might have tried to go over this.
I wouldn't want to take a wagon up over that.
But by the time they got to this point, they had gone over way worse than this. You look at what's in that book farther back, there's way worse stuff than this. It's kind of... Oh no, the log house is right here. You're dead on. This is it, Tom. This is the trail.
And it's nasty up here.
Yeah, but where you said your tracks were, just off to the right side of that house?
Yep.
That is, look at, we're dead on in line.
But they would have had to go down and go back up.
Yeah, but they were doing goofy things, so. And it's actually not that big of a hill right here like it is back over there.
See, you got this kind of stuff up here.
Yeah.
No, I doubt that they.
I don't think they'd have went this way.
But the problem is, that's pretty steep drop off.
Well, who knows what this was shaped like before they cut that road right there for the power lines. Because there's a road cut in right here. And before that road was cut in, it might have been a much more gradual rollover. Or are you thinking they went like this?
Around.
And
then they went down the hill because it's pretty steep. That driveway is really.
So here's what they did probably. They probably come right up here, right across this, and then right over here past your buddy's house, and that's right where those tracks you have go right there, and then on the other side over there is our houses.
You know, because it's flat like this, and there's some big rocks in it, but this is kind of a trail here.
Yeah, they probably went wrapped around this and went right through there. And then that leads right over to our place.
Yeah, and that starts about where the corner of the house is.
Yeah.
And then just goes downhill, and it's kind of like this. There's rocks in the middle of it, but it's like two. And I thought it was a road, you know. I thought, well, that's a road. But that private property, they're way back past their property line. Their property line ends at the fence over there.
But I bet that's right where they went through. This is the trail. Where they said this is the trail. Right where they came over the top. Yeah, I think you're right, right? Right here,
right in through there.
around the trees, and then it's flat, and you're kind of along that ridge, right over to the corner of that house, and that's where your trail takes off. So that would make the most sense. And then right through there.
Not much of a rut left along in here.
No, not 180 years later. Yeah, because look, if you go to the corner of this house where they would have dropped down, and then right there.
Well, see, this is kind of what it looks like on the other side, but it doesn't have all these big rocks in it.
So they would have went right down off of it, and then that right there is Kevin's house.
Down and then to where.
Yeah, there's Kevin's house, so that's the line they took, because there's yours and mine on each side of that. And then straight out there is our next point of interest. Yep, it all lines up perfectly.
So there's Kevin's place.
Yeah.
So there's
Right there.
to the right of that. So
Which is your front yard and then my front yard. And then right through the middle of Noel's house, I think.
yeah. I don't see any other place that would have been for them to get up on top of that ridge.
No, that all makes perfect sense right there, especially with what you found when you were building that place. But now we are spinning around and headed back out this draw the way they came in to get back out on the main road again, and we're going to jump around all this private land back to our places and look where it went through our places, then head out in the desert and go find the ambush site.
Comes right down there, and there's some rocks in the middle, but it's like two tracks come down.
So from the other side, are we to come around the back side of that house?
Around the back side of the house, because we excavated, it was pretty level up there, and come down and come right down here.
Because they'd have been on top of that spine, and that would have been the most sensible way to come down, is right here instead of off either.
Well, that's
side.
pretty steep. I mean, they could have come over there, but this is a gentler slope.
Makes sense to me.
They came right through.
Yeah,
Keep
'cause there's
going.
that-
Because they went right through, according to that,
Straight across this here.
right in through here, right over like this. I mean, there's almost a hollow.
I would bet there's this low here. And that log house almost straight across.
Is back there, so that would have been going this way.
And this way here, right across
Yeah.
here,
Uh-huh.
which that's the back side of your house there.
Right.
So I think they went right through here. We'll look at this from the air again and see if we can find any marks, but everything points to right through there into your place. And you found artifacts way back when.
Well, I don't know if they're from
Well,
there. I'll show you that.
we don't know what else they're from either, so.
Well, what I do is I usually drag it with a harrow, and that's when I've turned up stuff out there that I'm going, nobody lived here, you know. I mean, somebody may have had a camper or something, I don't know. So then I'm thinking,
So they would have come.
I'm going to say between that pole and that juniper, or that rock pile over there is where I found the tools.
Right across the front of your place.
Yeah.
Through your front.
And right over.
And right over through the front of mine.
Yeah, and over Noel's back. Out past the rocks here.
So we're back at Grumpy's house now. And right through here is what we're thinking, because that log house, you can actually see if you look way up in there, the telephone pole way far out there. And not far enough to clear the gate. Yeah, okay. That's where that log house is, and the trail would have come right here. And this is where you found,
right by that rock, on the south side of that rock.
Yeah, right there. And then it goes back over to my house. So let's go over to here. Oh, your wife's home. You're in trouble.
No, I'm not. She knew I was going.
Okay. You got permission this time?
Well, she told me she would probably be
She
gone.
told you to get out of the house?
Yeah, get out of the house. Yeah, go.
All right. So we're going to go over and see what Grumpy found when he was dragging the ground out here. And then after that, we'll go over to my house and see where it goes through my place and go from there. Okay, well, we're over here at Grumpy's house to go find that little artifact thing. It's a, was it like a pry bar, hammer?
It's just like like that pry that I showed you.
Yeah.
Only it's hand forged, heavy, and it's twisted.
And he found it over here right where the trail goes through. So we're going to come over here and look at it to show you some of the wagon train artifacts that we found right in his front yard.
That's my fault.
And now he can't find it.
Sorry, folks.
So now he can't find it. Now he's all frustrated and mad because he lost the part I told him to save when he told me he'd found it. He's got an idea, I guess. Let's go see. But you see he drags and grades his whole property, which looks amazing. And every once in a while when he's dragging and grading, he pulls stuff up. So apparently this is an artifact. It has to be from the wagon train, but we don't know because we can't find it.
Let's walk down.
So this here is the artifact finder.
Huh?
He drags this behind his little tractor and it pulls up stuff like little artifacts.
You don't have one?
No, I don't have one.
Well, then when you need one, come and get it.
What am I going to do? My whole property's rock. Grumpy lives on the flat sandy part where he can do that. I live up on the high raised part there, and around here, any part that's elevated.
You live in the snow and I live in the desert.
Yeah, around here, anywhere that's elevated is elevated because it's a solid piece of rock. So anytime I'm trying to dig or do anything, all I hit is rock. So dragging won't work, but maybe you run that thing around here a few more times, you'll find something else. And then when he does find it, and he will, because now it's going to bug the hell out of him until he does.
Sure.
We've got more videos to make, and we'll show you it at that time. Or we'll find another one, and we'll show you that one.
So, these two juniper trees.
Right here.
Or, no, here. They probably came right through here. Somewhere. Right down here. This is where I found the hammerhead too, so I thought maybe.
Oh, so you found a hammerhead and a pry bar.
Yeah, and the pry bar is definitely old. The
Two
hammerhead,
artifacts.
we
don't know where either one is. Hey, we're gonna put footprints all in your fancy. Now he's gonna have to drag it again.
I found the hammerhead was right about where that stick is, and I rolled the pry bar up right in here. So that's why I'm thinking they probably came right through there.
Yeah, which would go right onto my place, and then right through Noel's living
The
room.
other thing would have been on that side, but why were the tools over here unless the wagons just went around both sides of this? Because that was pretty rocky over there, and a lot of these big rocks on top I picked up between there and there. So they may have gone around that side.
They were working on something right
Left
there.
their tools here or something. So
You know these footprints are going to bug you, and you're going to come drag all this again.
it's gonna rain.
Oh, it is going to rain.
Dang, I wish I could find it. Dang. Now I'm in trouble now. I won't sleep tonight.
Okay, well, let's go over to my place and look where the trail runs through there, and that'll probably be it for this section of this video, and then we'll continue on again. So let's head over there, and when he finds that pry bar and that
What'd you do with
hammerhead,
it?
we'll show you then. Because after they came across your place,
Yeah, and they would have.
they were trying to get that direction.
Right in through
So
either here or on the other side.
before the road was here, that was kind of rocky across there.
Right.
So the sensible way would have been right through my yard,
Yeah.
right here. Through, because we have a sandy flat level here.
Well, but up,
That was rock, that was rock.
up through right here.
Yeah, maybe through.
Come through right through here. Off that way. I don't know. Is that a pretty steep drop off to Knowles right
Nope,
in there?
it's super gradual and smooth.
Okay.
Watch this. Aren't you impressed?
Ah, one's faster than the other.
It's supposed to be. That's so they don't hit each other. So, yeah, I'm thinking the
Right,
trail goes right here,
right through here.
and then,
And it probably wasn't a straight trail. It probably wandered over to.
yeah, I think the trail comes in basically under your gate archway over there. Where is?
Yeah, probably somewhere in there.
I think right under, basically under your gate archway,
And then right through here.
right across this into mine. And we had this whole rock shelf here before this, especially before the driveway was here.
Right.
And there's more of it over there, so the sensible place would have been straight through here, right into Noel's house.
Which lines up with the.
It absolutely lines up with everything else we found too. So
Yours automatically closed.
yeah, super fancy like that.
You better edit really well, because my arch looks pretty bitchin' from here.
It does. It looks really good. I think they came right through there.
Yeah. So maybe that arch is a memorial to the Meeks wagon train.
Maybe.
Could be.
Yeah. And our next stop, episode 3 of this, because this will probably
Is
be
going
part 2
to-
mostly. We're gonna head out to the bunker site. Grumpy can explore that. You guys get to see it again. If you haven't, you'll see it for the first time.
We ought to go see if we can find that grave site by the airport.
Maybe that'll be
Or
part
by
4.
where the trail ends up by Powell.
Well, we need a whole bunch more parts of this because we got to go find that second grave site, the one way on the other side.
Right.
Then we got to connect the dots between here and
there.
the bunker site because that's a big span of desert that no one knows where the wagon trail is. And then from the bunker site to the grave site's another big stretch that no one knows where the trail goes. So we've got still a whole bunch of exploring in this to do. But for now, this is going to be the end of part 2. And next time we see you guys, we're going to be out in the middle of the desert, looking up an old Indian ambush site, I think. So, thanks for coming along, and we'll see you next time.